and thank you very much for joining us. Before we move on to our next session, which is Srimad Bhagavatam class, I would let all the devotees on the call to please go ahead with your introductions now.
हरे कृष्णा लीला प्रिय रता माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय प्रीतिदासी from Charlotte. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Preeti Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Arvind Das from Chicago. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Arvind Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Leela Priya Radha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Virita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Leela Priya Radha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, and all the glories to the assembled devotees. This is Manshri Leela Devi Dasi from Naperville. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Manjari Leela Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Leela Priya Radha Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharajas. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devi Dasi.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Leela Priya Radha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. My humble obeisances to all the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Srila Guru Maharajas. This is Sushmita from Canada.
Hare Krishna, Sushmita Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Leela Priya Radha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to Assembled devotees. This is Mohini Lakshmi from Detroit.
Hare Krishna, Mohini Lakshmi Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Any more introductions before we start the class?
Hare Krishna Leela Priya Radha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj and Gauranga. This is Harita from Missouri City, Texas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Harita Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Leela Priya Radha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Shama Gauri Devi Dasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna, Shama Gauri Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Welcome to Bhakti Sanga Conference call. We're extremely fortunate to have His Grace Shamik Rishi Prabhuji here with us today, and Prabhuji would be enlightening us by discussing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 10, and verse 43-44. But before we dive into this nectarine class, I would request Parambhani Shyama Mataji to share a brief introduction about our today's speaker, His Grace Shamik Rishi Prabhuji.
Balabhadra Prabhu would be doing the introduction.
Okay, sure. Hare Krishna, Balbhadra Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Over to you.
Hare Krishna
Balbhadra
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Mataji, can you read?
Yes, I can. Can somebody please send it to me?
Oh, because I don't know where Prabhuji is.
Sending Mataji in the group.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Shamik Rishi Prabhuji. Apologies for the delay. Just give us a minute. His Grace Shamik Rishi Prabhuji is a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. Being a doctor by profession, he has done immense services to the devotee community and served the society by donating for lots of projects. For example, he donated the deities in Philadelphia temple, and he has made 3,000 temple units that serve as an altar in the villages. He has also served as temple president of Iskcon, New Jersey for 15 years. He is known for his simplicity and humility. He is now an initiating guru in Iskcon. There was a brief introduction about our today's speaker, His Grace Shamik Rishi Prabhuji. So Hare Krishna Shamik Rishi Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for giving us your valuable time in association this morning and enlightening us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. Without further ado, I would like to request you to please take over from here. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, are you muted?
Yes.
No, Mataji is unmuted, but we can't hear him.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can I begin?
Yes,
yes,
yes.
Prabhuji. Now we can hear you.
Okay. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी कृपभानुसुते नमामि हरिप्रिये नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतुषे नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य दुष्टारिणे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नमस्कृतायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। By reading Srimad Bhagavatam every day, our bhakti will be firmly fixed. Initially, it may be just a soft shraddha, but fixed up nistha that comes by reading Srimad Bhagavatam, chanting, and other processes of devotion. We'll be reading today 10 to 7, chapter 10, text number 43 and 44. So, Allah, this is after Narsimha Dev killed Hiranyakashipu. And this is it. And it is the characteristics of Prahlad Maharaj is being described in this, who is a Mahabhagavad. So that is been given. So we will read the text. प्रह्लादस्यानुचरितं महाभागवतस्य च भक्तिर्ज्ञानं विरक्तिश्च या कार्यं चास्य वै हरेः सर्गस्थित्यप्य ये शस्य गुणकर्मानुवर्णनं परावरेषां स्थानानां कालेन Vyatyayo Mahan. Translation and purport by Divine Grace is Swami Srila Prabhupada. This narration describes the characteristics of the great and exalted devotee Prahlad Maharaj. His staunch devotional service, his perfect knowledge, his staunch devotional service, his knowledge about the, because he gets the knowledge from Narad Muni, the greatest of the spiritual master, and his perfect detachment from material contamination. How he is detached? He's hardly 5-year-old child, but if he would have got whole kingdom, what his father owned, if he would have served his father and would have listened to his father, that you are the greatest. But no, he was uh, completely detached from getting anything. Even Narad Muni, not Narad Muni, but Narsingadev asked him, ask some boons. You have been suffering for so long, and I'm sorry that I was delayed in coming and rescuing you. He appeared when he said that Krishna is everywhere. And Narsim Hiranyakashipu is asked, is he in this pillar? And he broke the pillar and they appeared. So he's asking him that you ask any boon. He says, I do not need, I am not a beggar. And please make my mind, if you want to give me, make my mind that I never beg for anything. But still, Narsingadev insisted, no, you ask something. So he asked not for himself, but asked for his father, please give him mukti, you forgive him. And he said that not only that he has got the moksha, liberation, but 21 generation. But there was no 21 generation. Hardly it was like Hiranyakashipu, his father was Kashyap, and Kashyap's father is Brahmaji. So it was not that many generations. But he said that 21 generation would be liberated. So this is his, he is detached from getting all three worlds, upper, lower, middle, all three worlds kingdom. He would have got it. But he gave it and he gave the priority to the devotional service. So he did not want it to get, he knew what happens, that his father did everything, and he was so cruel. He was so much damaging to Rishis, Munis, killing so many people. So what is the use of this kind of kingdom? He wanted to please the Supreme Lord. And for him, especially Supreme Lord had to appear, and for his brother also, Hiranyakashipu's brother, Hiranyaksh, another incarnation, Vaman Dev, not Vaman Dev, this Sukara Rupa. So he also appeared in this way. But there are two incarnations has happened. So he was completely detached seeing all this. It also describes the supreme personality of Godhead as the cause of creation, maintenance, and annihilation. Aham sarvasya prabhava matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajanti ma uda bhava samamita. That everything appears from the supreme personality of Godhead. He maintains them also. And in form of Lord Shiva, his expansion, he annihilates all this. So it is, so this chapter describes about all those. Godhead is the cause of creation, maintenance, and annihilation. Prahlad Maharaj in his prayer has described the transcendental qualities of the Lord and has also described how the various modes of the demigod and demons, regardless of how materially opulent, are described by the mere direction of the Lord. It's even this Hiranyakashipu, even if he would shake his eyebrows, then demigods would completely like they will shake, they will run away. Even he was stepping on the call. So all these things were there. But here he has described in his prayers about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his opulences, how that he could control, he could maintain everything, the material world, everything is running there by the energies. Parasya Saktir, Vivideva, Swabhava, there is many energies, internal energy, external energy, marginal energy. They are all energies of the Lord. And we always have to know who is the energetic, where these energies are coming from. We worship energy, but what about worshiping who is the source of all this? So that is more important, and to understand him and glorify him. It's really important. So, the purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam is filled with descriptions of the characteristics of the various devotees. So many, initially up to 9th chapter, the description of the devotee. Parikshit Maharaj, or Kunti Devi, or her prayers are there. Yudhishthir Maharaj, we hear about Ambarish Maharaj, we hear about many exalted personalities have been described. So we know how they behave. Mahajano Yena Gatas path of devotional service is that on which all the Mahajans has threaded. Mahajans are going on that path. If we follow their example, then it becomes very easy for us to follow. Although we should learn Srimad Bhagavatam totally from first chapter to the last chapter, and also characteristics and glories and pastimes of the Supreme Lord of Krishna. So there are devotees description with reference to the service of the Lord, how they serve, like Bhaktamal that gives so many devotees, newer, old ones, about 6 Goswamis in Chaitanya Charitamrita also talks about all these exalted devotees. But we should read not comic books, not movies or what has been given, because in the movies, even if they portray about some devotee, they twist it, they make it that it becomes appeals to the listeners. They don't go for real history. Like Mahabharata movie and serials, they are not exactly accurate. So we should not depend, but we should read and hear from the devotee and follow devotees who are senior to them and who are in exalted position. So service of the Lord, how these devotees are serving the Supreme Lord. And we could serve on their in their footsteps. So there has to be a parampara. Like Srila Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada, Lord Krishna, Das Babaji Maharaj, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, and so on. So we should go all the way, and then we get their blessings, we get their kripa, mercy, and that way we could advance in the service. And we should focus our mind on those, always thinking of those exalted Vaishnavas and Krishna Lila. This Vedic literature is called Bhagavatam because it deals with the Supreme Personality of Godhead and His devotee. So there are book Bhagavat and person Bhagavat. The devotees are person Bhagavat. So we should read Bhagavatam. So when Krishna left, he reincarnated as the book Bhagavatam. And also he comes as person Bhagavatam. So we should see from both angles that it's not that Krishna is gone. Krishna is still here. Prabhupada is still here. He's here in his words, in his glories, in his descriptions about what his disciples have wrote about him. Lilamrit. Lilamrit is like Srimad Bhagavatam. It talks about a purest devotee of the Supreme Lord who spread Krishna consciousness. All over the, not only India, but all over so many different countries that we have spread. So, by studying Srimad Bhagavatam under the direction of the bonofied spiritual master, one can perfectly understand the science of Krishna, the nature of the material world. What we can understand, what is Krishna science, Krishna consciousness, what is this material world, what is the spiritual world, and what should be our aim of life or goal of life. Everybody should have a fixed goal, and that should not dwindle. Means we should have a goal and we should work on that with our all the effort, even if there is a failure. But if you are following this the scripture, then Krishna sees that he's following sincerely and he will give the result whether in this lifetime or lifetime later on. But that will remain permanent asset for us. Srimad Bhagavatam Malam Purana. Srimad Bhagavatam is a spotless Vedic literature. As we have discussed in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam. Therefore, simply by understanding Srimad Bhagavatam, one can understand the science of activity, the devotees, you can understand what is the activity of the devotees, what is the science there behind, how they become such exalted devotees, and the activities of the demons, the permanent abode and temporary abode. What is permanent place? For us, permanent is Golok Vrindavan Dham, that is permanent. Even in the material world, With Krishna, we could come and live, and we are Jivan Mukta. We are free because we have no hankering for any matter or get any enjoyment from the matter. Matter is the also we can say Maya, which is controlling the whole material world. And so, go Srimad Bhagavatam, through Srimad Bhagavatam, everything is perfectly known. If we read this, then we could know everything in its total imperfection. So we should be well conversant with Srimad Bhagavatam and all the principles that we will given. And so, and we become a devotee, and that is the Bhagavad Dharma. Bhagavad Dharma is detailed. Whole Bhagavatam is like a Bhagavad Dharma. But what has been told, just like now Yogendra are talking about the Bhagavad Dharma. Is Nimi Maharaj getting Guru Nava. Now Yogendra are from Rishabdev's 100 sons. And out of 100 sons, the first one, Bharat Maharaj, on whose name this Bharatvarsh has been given. Not the Bharatvarsh is not given by Shakuntala. Shakuntala was taken care by Kanva Muni. She was married to Dushyant. And later on they had a son, and who could count the teeth of the lions, and he would play with the lion cubs. And so people think that that is the name Bharatvarsh has come from this Shakuntala's Dushyant's. But it's not like that. It's this birth, Maharaj son of Rishabdev. Then there were 100 children. Rishabdev is the incarnation of Shakta Avatar of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he has his other 9 sons become the 9 Yogendras. 9 sons were managing the 9 directions that Bharat Maharaj gave to his 9 brothers. That they were 9 khandas. So they were managing that. And 81 became like they were doing Karma Kand, Yagyas, etc. Karma Kand and Karma Yoga, there are big difference. Karma Kand is to please the demigods, getting some boons from them. And it's done easily, and many people they go on Karma Kand, but they do not do the work for anything done for Krishna without selfish motive, causeless, and are dedicating to the Supreme Lord. That is Karma Yoga. Yoga is union, and yoga karma, and yoga comes more from yoga. Yoga is the that binds the two bulls for well, drives the vehicle or well gadi. So that is so karma yoga is completely different than karma kand. They were doing the karma kand section. So our real education should be to understand our goal and understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And there are 9 methods are there. Shavanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Padasivanam. Almost the whole chapter is getting end on 46, 47 verses. And that is that one who reads this or who deliberates on this with attention, they hear activities of this Prahlad Maharaj, healing of Hiranyakashipu, and the activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, nursing there. Surely this is the spiritual world where there is no anxiety. It's a material world, anxiety, depression, and all these things are there. That we think beyond like whatever is in our destiny, we get it. But we work so hard, and if we don't get it, we become depressed, become anxiety, how we get it. Then this gradually things build up. And all the time your anxiety it goes into depression, sometimes suicidal tendency. If we fix our goal of Krishna and engage in devotional service, then we would not be in any problem of anxiety and depression and things like that. So it talks about demons and devotees. Who are demons and who are devotees? So you have heard about 16th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, who is a devotee, but this is characteristic to the divine and the demonic nature that has been given in 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So just the translation of that first verse from 16th chapter, 16, I think 1, 2, and 3 are together. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, is telling to Arjun, what are the qualifications of a devotee? There are 26 qualifications. 26 गुण भगवान में भी ये 26 गुण है, भगवत्पाद में भी ये 26 गुण है, devotees में भी 26 गुण है. They are more and less, the degree of qualities are different. Just like by mixing 3 colors in different proportion, you could make millions of colors. Same thing, it is different proportion of this quality. But absolute, all this in fullest extent is there in Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said fearlessly, purification of, these are the characteristics of a pure devotee. Purification of one's existence, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, charity, self-control, performance of sacrifice, study the Veda, austerity, simplicity. Very important this simplicity. Krishna is say you are simple, simple living, high thinking, not show up, not thinking, showing your opulences, showing your position, showing your pranada piece with this, karo yuvase, na amanina manadena, kirtaniya sada. Non-violence to any, because everybody is a son of Krishna. Whether it's grass, or insects, or ants, anyone, they're all children. So we should be merciful, we should be kind. While walking, we should see that we don't walk on some insects. King Rahugan was like in the Rahugan saw that his palki is moving so much up and down. So because the new recruit was carrying the palki, he was Jad Bharat. So Jad Bharat was walking, saving the ants, and he became very, very angry. But then he talked about Jad Bharat when he talked to him that because he is a very exalted personality, third birth as Bharat Maharaj, then later on he became deer because he was attached to the deer. We should not have any attachment to anyone in the material world. We should be attached only to Krishna. Kamai Nari Pyari Jimi, Lovai Prijam, Imi Raghunath Nidamkara, Vasam Hriday Shri Ram. Our attachment should be to Krishna. You do normal duty, everything, and you respect everybody, but not that we attach, that we remain. Once he was attached to a deer little bit, and then he had to take the body of the deer. Then when he became again exalted Vaishnava, heavenly Brahman Parivar, but he thought that I will get attached to my mother, father, education. So he kept it as like a deaf, dumb. In that way, he did not care about. It's not that he was well known, he was contemplative inside his mind, everything, worshipping Krishna inside. But outwardly, he will show he does not get attached to him. Was told, please come and we will sacrifice you. Easily he went and he put his head down on the changa, and then he was about to be, his neck was about to be cut by the sword, the leader. But then the Devi appeared. She was bursted from the statue form and she took all that sword and cut off the neck of this. Then he was free again. But he said that I am on a spiritual platform with bodily relation. And he said that you are very fat. He said pain, fattiness, it has to do with the body and not the body. They skip soul, part and parcel of Krishna. And so then the gradually like this king Rahugan was intelligent also, immediately came to his senses, and then he paid his obeisances. And he said that I have offended you, please forgive me. And he said that I commit an offense, the Vaishnava is more severe than the thunderbolt or any kind of like you are drowning or any all the severe punishments. And this, the greatest one is offending a pure Vaishnava of the Lord, then there is no salvation. Even Ambarish Maharaj, Durasa Muni came and he offended Durasa Muni offended Ambarish Maharaj. He created a kritya to kill Ambarish Maharaj. But Sudarshan Chakra was there and then he went behind. So you all know this story. But there are many stories and how by the mind. So, but let me just about these characteristics of a Vaishnava. Simplicity, non-violence, truthfulness, freedom from anger, renunciation, tranquility. Renunciation is from the mind. Mind may be absorbed, and outside you may show renunciation. But the absorbed thoughts of living opulently, then that is not renunciation. Tranquility, aversion to the fault finding, compassion for all living entities, freedom from covetousness, gentleness, modesty, study, determination, vigor, forgiveness, fortitude, cleanliness, freedom from envy, from passion or honor, profit, adoration, distinction. These are the three law, vija, pratishtha. These are the three smears of Maya that comes at the end, even if you are renounced, even if you are in sannyas order, but these things they go behind you. And from fourth verse on 16th chapter, they talk about how the demonic tendencies are who are the demons. They are pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, ignorance. These are the demons are known by the qualities. The transcendental qualities are conducted to liberation. Whatever is the demonic quality make for bondage. Means we get Baddha Jiva, Mukta and Baddha Jiva. We are eternally Baddha Jiva, but we could be free by taking to Krishna consciousness. The Kali Yuga is the greatest age because it is very easy to perform Krishna consciousness. Do not worry, O son of Pandu. That has been told about uh, Arjun. For you are born with the divine qualities. There are two kinds of created beings. One is called divine, and the other demonic. Asur and Sur. Sur, that is so only two kinds of people who are devotees. They are Sur. Sur means devotees, and Asur means the demonic one who has a demonic quality. They do not know the demonic people what is to be done and what is not to be done. No cleanliness, no proper behavior, and now they are not truthful. They say this world is unreal and with no foundation, no God in control. They say that it is product of sex desire. There is no cause other than lust. Because of the lust, there is human population and we should enjoy. Yavat jivet, sukam jivet, rinam karatva, sakam jivet. And as long as you live, then you enjoy, even if it's a bad borrower is free, it doesn't matter. Just like this, this person who saw the prostitute and later on he did all kinds of nonsense. We will read some of those that how mind takes you to, and he's always this demonic people. They uh, they always just say the demonic person thinks so much wealth do I have today, and I will gain more according to my scheme. So much is mine now, and it will increase in the future more and more. He is my enemy, and I have killed him. I will kill my other enemies also. I'm the Lord of everything, just like Hiranyakashipu. Same thing is the thought of all the Asuras are in this book. So mind is the cause. So our hierarchy, like higher than the sense object, is the senses. Senses higher than senses is like the mind. Higher than mind is the intelligence, buddhi, and buddhi then you yourself is the soul is higher. So we should go on hierarchy, like whatever soul wants to be happy always in association with Krishna. So we should listen to the soul, but sometimes soul, this mind itself becomes so strong that it covers the intelligence and the spirits. So we start looking that whatever is happening, happiness is in the mind only. It is not in the soul. The soul is transcendental, but it could be covered. And because of our covering, because of the mind's tendency. So there are just like parents say that you go and study, but the child, no, why I should go? Let me just play. Uh, let me play, go with my friend, go to movie, eat, drink, and be merry. And he does not go. Then he destroys his family and his own life. The same thing servants and they also do. Sometimes people may get into some drugs, alcohol, and other things that may cause death also. Just like smoking and drinking, like wine and all these things. Then one becomes so much habituated that even if he wants that I should not drink, but he cannot stop because he's addicted and he has to take that to feel somewhat good for short time. And again, the they come back. So attachment to the enjoyment of the senses to different things. And the mind does not listen to the intelligence. And then what happens? You become tense, just like if you pull the rubber, and then when it comes to the, if you give, it stretches. It stretches the mind, it stretches and covers the intelligence and the soul itself also. But at one point, it may break down, and so it's so much chaotic condition to be created. But if you remove our attachment to matter, to enjoying propensity, then we come back. When we leave it at stretching, then it comes, the rubber comes into the natural position. So this tension that we give to the rubber by that is called, that tension becomes into depression, other psychiatric conditions, and we cannot get out of that. Even going to psychiatrist may not help. There is so many side effects of these psychotic drugs. They get into that, and so our life is described by all this. Just like a girl, they go by themselves and they do a law marriage in the court. But then, after some time, there is separation, there is problems, then there is a cases, when you have to run behind the court, police, and so many attorneys, and so much wastage of the money, wastage of our mind tension, career, and then you cannot fulfill your destiny, that you know what is your goal in life. He was thinking that I will go to America and earn there. Everything is gone and finished. So better to attach to Krishna, not to anything in the material world. I will go according to the Vedic scripture, Vedic way of life. That is the best. And the best thing that if you could start chanting, and gradually this could be controlled. Just like Ravan. Ravan had like, he was the son of a Rishi Putra, and he pleased the Lord Shiva, and he had so many boons. He would have taken care of his intelligence properly and controlled his mind. Otherwise, he could have the life like Vibhishan, who was a devotee. These two were brothers, but he could not control his mind. So mind control, like Duryodhana. His father was blind, and he was also blind in his intelligence or what he should do. Behind the mind he was doing, and he wanted to have all the kingdom. He did not wanted to give even a pinpoint land or, to Pandavas. He was so much envious of the Pandavas. And anyway, afterwards, all 100 brothers and he himself was destroyed and cold and died. Just like this Sobhari Muni cursed Garudji that you cannot come to this lake. Otherwise, if you come, you will die. And that's why there was this Kalyanath came and lived there. But what happened this Sobhari Muni? But the fish that he wanted to save the fish, just he saw the fish copulating, then he became attached to that. Let me also get married and enjoy sex life. So he married to Mandhata's 50 girls, and then a long time, and then he fell down. But later on, he realized. Anyway, this Ajamil story I told you about how he fell down, how he was a devotee, because he was a devotee. Harshad up to his 55 year age. Then, by the mercy of the Vaishnavas, his last son was given, the 10th son. He was almost 85-year-old. His name was given Narayan. That's Narayan Vishnu Putra's name. Same thing. This Yayati, you might have heard about Naush. Naush becomes so much behind his mind, and that may he became the, when Indra was hiding somewhere, then Brahmaji made Naush is the king of the demigod. But then he, because of so much opulence and controlling power, he wanted to enjoy Sachi Devi. So he became the not lizard, but he became python and fell down. In this way, Yayati's son was he had Yayati's son Yayati was married, that is son of Naush, and he married Shukracharya, daughter son, and that is Devyani, and Sarmishta also was a daughter of Varshaparva. Then later on, anyway, so he was cursed because he was having a relationship with Sarmishta also, because when Sarmishta came as a maid servant, although daughter of a king, he came as a maid servant, and so then Devyani saw that my husband is having a relation with another woman. So she went to her father, and her father cursed that Yati became, became important, became old, he cannot enjoy. But then he begged to Shukracharya that anybody takes your youth and give his youth to you, and he becomes old. So see, for thousands of years he had the Kuru. Yadu did not take it, and that's why Yadu dynasty, where Lord Krishna appeared, he could not sit on the kingdom. He never, it was Kuru's dynasty that were sitting, that was the youngest son. Uh, I think that was Sarmishta's youngest son. So King Pururava, who was, anyway, that many stories are there, he was attached to Urvashi and his children, but later on, he was completely destroyed. What happened that Pururava cannot give up the association. Then one time later on, she came in, he could see her. Then they had that, okay, I would come once in a year. And he was, so his devotional service was completely gone. He was Samrat. So we are fighting with our mind. And but the best thing is to control the mind by devotional practice. There is no other way. The tendency to sin, tendency to enjoy, the Maya cannot go away by our material means. Only the means is engaging in this service, particularly thinking about the name of the Lord. And so I will give some stories of them, what are the qualities. Because this is the what we are talking about this verse particularly. That chapter 10 and this verse it is. Simply by understanding Srimad Bhagavatam, one can understand the science of activities of the demons we are talking about. The permanent abode, our permanent abode and temporary abode. But in the world is temporary, you have to give up everything, even your body is temporary. The permanent abode is in spiritual kingdom. But permanent abode also we could have if our body is completely Prashikesha, Prashikena, Sevanam, Bhakti, Rutam. If we engage all the senses in service of the master of the soul. That's the question. Then we could be liberated and we could be free, even this material world also. So by through Srimad Bhagavatam, see Srimad Bhagavatam and is the expansion of like all the Vedas and 100 Upanishads and Vedanta Sutra and 18 Puranas and Agam and Nigam, that is concisely given in a pure form in Srimad Bhagavatam, and shorter form of the same way Bhagavad Gita. We should really read those to be attached to those things. So the divine and quality and demonic quality. So just by giving the example of Prahlad, we can understand this thing. Prahlad and Hiranyakashipu. So Hiranyakashipu, Hiranya means gold. Kashipu means the softer bed, sense and jhana. So the Hiranya and Kashipu, softer cushions, beddings on which people enjoy sense of gratification. Although Hiranyakashipu was the son of Hiranyakashipu was the son of Rishi, but nonetheless, and he had four sons, Hiranyakashipu. He was there in Vijay before, but nonetheless, he fell down And he had developed his demonic quality to fight with the Lord. So we should not blame on Hiranyakashipu. He was a Jay and Vijay, and but he became enemy. So Kashyap Muni's son, Hiranyakashipu, and his mother was Diti. Diti means Daityas are born, and Aditi is also their demigods are also brothers of demons also. But they are brothers, but they will fight like anything. But father is a snake, Kashyap. So he had a demonic plan to kill the inhabitants of earth so that and the yajna should be stopped. When demigods should become would not get nourishment and they will also die. So they will automatically get killed. Hiranyakashipu planned to destroy the Brahminical culture in the Kshatriya government. And he was created chaos all over the world. So these are the characteristics that we could see the demonic asura. And anyone here also in the modern world who try to be very, very prominent and usher somebody's position, fight with opponent parties. So this kind of democracy is really demon crazy. It is not a democracy. It should be in previous ages there was no democracy. They would listen to everybody, but it was the royal kings who were devotees and Rajarshi. This Hiranyakashipu was a great politician, and according to time and situation, how to act, he had Vedic knowledge, and he gave advice to the Vedic members very nicely. When his brother died, so he taught this Vedic knowledge to his mother as well as the wife of Hiranyaksha. So it's not that, and how nicely that he asked the Brahma that he would not be. But Krishna could take care of. If we are reading, almost 10 chapters are there about Prahlad Maharaj. So, uh, so he tried to bluff, not bluff Brahmaji. He did not even understand it. He wanted to become immortal. He gave everything. But Krishna, in what way? Whoever gives you any wounds, whatever opulences you have, whatever protection you have, Krishna could protecting all these wounds. He could kill, and he was killed. Like let's say his abdomen was tore apart, and he was so become angry that he wore all the intestines of the so Asur determination. So he wanted to reverse the results of pious and impious. He wanted those promoted to the heavenly planet to become unhappy and suffer. He wanted to destroy Brahminical culture and protection of the cows. Now also the cows are running there here and there, and so much. What to say about cows? But even so many children today, they are born with so many diseases, paralyzed, their legs are cut, sometimes uh, in the, by their own parents, they damage them. So anyway, recently I was in Ujjain. They have uh, some place where anybody can bring any child of any caste, creed, or any mazhab, any religious background. They keep them, and they are increasing. 5,000 people could live there. So Hiranyakashipu could do a lot of austerity, but austerity are sense gap. Austerity should be done to practice Krishna consciousness. So much power. He was always disturbed. He was always dissatisfied. Never happy. Because he could not control his and we should control our senses. If that is not there, then we cannot. He had so much bad relation with his own sons, particularly Prahlad Maharaj. So he wanted Prahlad Maharaj to be trained as a diplomatic king in ruling the kingdom. Hiranyakashipu wanted to keep Prahlad in mundane attention. But what was the benefit? Prahlad ruled out uh, one day of almost the company, or at least one uh, Manvantar he ruled over. And Guru Maharaj ruled for 36,000 years, but later on he is in the Tara, above the Brahmalo, where Shaktis, Saptarshis are making round or circumambulating the Dhruv. but how he was trying to kill somebody, he was delivered because of his son. So one should educate the children in Krishna consciousness from very beginning of the life, and that will stay from so many problems. And we will also be liberated. Prahlad Maharaj, we heard about that he ruled Asuras until the end of the duration of time occupied by the Manu, one Manvanta. He was one of the Mahajanas, Mahabhagavat, that we can follow his characteristics. He had no enemy. He was, the Lord was an Asur by birth, but he possessed the qualities of a perfect Brahman. Brahmana. So Brahmana means the greatest Vaishnava, not nowadays caste Brahmana. It's not about that. He had a, the Lord asked the Lord to deliver his father. He was the, like the super fool, he was kind to every living being. And was the best, how he taught to his schoolmates, to his teacher, and all others also, they followed him. He acted like a menial servant to the poor. He was like a father to the equals. He was attached like a sympathetic brother. He was very respectful to everybody, even his teacher. Although they were criticizing him, he never spoke against his teacher. He had so much faith in his Guru and himself his Guru, Narad Muni. He was obedient. And Brahma said to pacify the Lord, he accepted. Brahma said, please you go. Brahma could not go, Lakshmi could not go, and Narsimha Dev was so much tears, so much shaking the whole earth. He was so much angry because he tortured this. Even he killed Hiranyakashipu, Narsimha Dev, but he was still very, very angry. But then he listened to Brahma, Lord Maharaj, and sat on his lap. He was detached from very beginning. And he was a realized soul, very, very grateful. So many qualities of a Vaishnava that he had. He was coming. So I will give some. In Chanakya Niti, they talk about the yogis and demons. Give up the association of wicked persons. Worship the association of saints. Do pious deeds day and night. And always remember the temporality. The world is temporary. Our body is temporary. But the world will also go. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, the duty of a Vaishnava is to asat sanga tyage Vaishnava. Stri sangi or asadu Krishna bhakta. That we should give asat sanga. Asat means who is not a devotee. Asat sanga tyage, who is woman hunter or who are associated with people who are associated with Brahma or sense environment are not Vaishnava. So, who is not a sadhu, asadu, who is not a devotee of Lord. We should know the temporality of this world. If we give ourselves to materialistic pursuits, we should not have it all going to end, not going to be happy. We need with anchoring. There is lamentation and anchoring. That is both are there. Lamentation, that means show, and anchoring, that is function. Function means desiring. So desiring, we could desire Krishna consciousness. We could desire, we could pray to the Lord. So desiring is different and hankering for something which is very, very difficult. What will be there? Brahma Bhuta Prasanatma Napuchati Nakalpati Sama Sarveti. No social. There is no lamentation and is not there in the devotee. Chanakya is advising that never to forget that this world is a temporary. Dreaming is always temporary. It is like a dream, daydream. Whatever you are doing, these are all dreams, temporary. Everything, although it is a creation of the Lord, but if we use it properly for Krishna service, then it is transcendental. Everything coming from transcendental Lord is transcendental. But if we misuse it, our own life, our own body, our own money, our own position, our own whatever that we are serving, it should be everything to be. Otherwise, Maya would grab you, Maya would throw you. You should come to transcendental fact. So anyway, that is one of the verses. There are many verses. A wicked person, even though adorned with learning, is to be avoided at all costs. If a snake is decorated with a jewel, does not make him all the more dangerous. If there is some person who is decorated with many degrees, qualities, position, beauty, big house, everything, okay, but he is more dangerous than a simple ordinary person because by his association he fall down. He fall down from here. Just like poisonous snake may appear tame, but it is always a fearsome creature. So Lord Chaitanya was very much careful about highly placed materialistic people. And because they would not come to Krishna consciousness, it will be very difficult to bring highly uh, in a position, very, very filthy rich people. For them, it is difficult. And they try to give more and more and more. They get into the internet there and on how much they have heard it. They become greedy. With the greediness, not they don't get what they want. They become very angry and their mind is destroyed. And they remain in the material world. It is better to remain in service to the Lord and use everything for the. There are two kinds of envious dignity, the snake and the male. Are the male habituated with snake-like qualities. The two, the male snake is more dangerous. Why? Because that serpent can be subdued by some mantra or herbs. But the main snake cannot be subdued. It remain like that, just like Hiranyakashipu and Kansa and so many people, even Ravan was advised by everybody. His brother Vibhishan, his brother even Kumbhakarna, his wife Mandodari told him so many times when Hanuman and Angad and they all went, he would not give us his lusty desire that I will enjoy Sita. If you give good advice to a person, he will be angry. He will be envious. It's like Vayapanam Bhujanganam Kevalam Vishavarnam. That is gives milk to snake. It increases with poison. He does not correct himself. So what should be done? Give him prasad. Do some kirtan around him. If he can listen to it, say. Otherwise, give it up to God and pray for him. There may be some dangerous person, maybe in your family, but what like Prahlad Maharaj did, that he prayed to the Lord, please remove this. So many times these prayers do work, and but we should not become like them or angry. Or Prahlad Maharaj was Hiranyakashipu tried to kill in many, many ways, but he never thought that it is because my father I am suffering. He never told father in a loud voice or scolding him that I am your son, what you are doing. You demon, he never said that. So envy, a sadhu tolerates if somebody is envious. This is one of the ornament. Sadhu is tolerant, merciful, and all. Therefore, the future is favored by Krishna. Devotees are compassionate. Attitude of a Vaishnava who always thinks of the welfare of the entire universe. Bhagavatam are meant for a person who are completely free from the world. Varam Nirmat Saranam Satam. The Bhagavatam is meant for those who are following the Bhagavatam. The Lord Maharaj says, may all the envious person be pacified. That is his prayer to God. A person becomes free of envy, he also becomes liberal and able to think of another's welfare. Srila Prabhupada, the envy comes originally from envy of God. We are envy of Krishna. That is our original sin. And that same will be with other people also. We each have free will and are each spirit souls. Our constitutional position is to be a servant of the Lord. But we switch our free will, we become envious and want to usher the Krishna position. There is the supreme lovable object. I want to usher to his position. So this is the original ending from which all the way is a describe, is a describe of our devotional service. Bhagavatam, yes, Bhagavad Gita describes the progression of falling into the bottle field. When we contemplate the objects of the sense, that is in 263, 64, we develop the lust to offend, to contemplating association with them, that lust is the part of the misuse of evil. From lust, anger arising. From intelligence in our intelligence is behavior, and memory is lost. This original desire was created in the world from the beginning, and Lord created 6 enemies of condition. So that is lust, anger, fear, vision, madness, and envy. These are one of the envious. What are the qualities? The qualities. Just 1 second.
મને ஒரு
Hare
வாய்
Ma-
ഇവിടെ
Maharaj should
ഇവിടെ
have received a phone call.
ഒന്നും ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്നില്ല ഇവിടെ ഫുഡിലെല്ലാം
Sure,
വൈദ്യ
Mate. Maharaj should have received a phone call. That's why he's away. Hare Krishna, Sugar Krishna Prabhu. Okay, Maharaj is back, I think. He will.
So I will talk about the 3 kinds of Kanishta Bhakta, one by the devotee, and who is the Uttam Bhakta. Uttam Bhakta would see Sarva Bhuteshu Vyapashya, Bhagavad Bhagavata, Bhutani, he sees everybody that is greater than him, and then he thinks himself very low. But Madhyam Adhikari, Madhyam Bhakta, is Ishware Tadadhineshu, Baliseshu Dushat, Suicha, Prema Maitri Karpapeksha, Yakarupisa Madhyam. That he is loving Krishna, loving Ishwar, developing friendship with other devotees. Then one who are innocent, he becomes very, very merciful on them. And then who are envious to Krishna, then they don't really talk to him. Upeksha. Upeksha means they remain indifferent to them, whatever they have to do. That is the Madhyam Adhikari. Uttam Adhikari, when you see him, you become Krishna conscious. At least you start chanting all the time. And further one is the Kanishta Adhikari. They think that temple worship, deity worship, is that what they do, but they don't develop friendship with other devotees, and so they don't have so much Bhagavatam, love for Bhagavatam and other things. So they don't have association. Archayam eva haraye, Pugyamya shaddaye hato. No tad bhakteshu chamechu, sab bhakta prakriti smriti, prakriti bhakta. So he has a good faith in Pratima or Deity, but he does not worship other Hari Bhakta or nobody else. So they are the punishment. The Vaishnava has many, many qualities, and if you are a Vaishnava, then you have more greater quality than even demigod. Yashasti Bhakti Bhagavata Kanchina Sarvair Gunekata Samasate Sura Ahara Harava Abhakta Shukito Mahatuna Manorathena Dhavato Sabhi. He is running behind his mind, which is contaminated. He has no other qualities. But the devotees are कहाँ है मतलब मैं 1 सेकंड के लिए रोक देता हूँ प्रभु जी सुखदा प्रभु हरे कृष्ण हरि बोल थैंक यू सो मच फॉर
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
एसोसिएशन प्लीज कम अगेन हाँ पहले ओके ओके हरे कृष्ण So the devotee,
Go ahead, Sugar
Krishna. Ajata Shatro Shanta Sadhava Sadhu. So anyway, there was a raised hand. So Sukhakara Prabhuji, whatever you wanted to know, you could ask. You know everything, but
Yeah. I don't know, Maharaj. Nice to get. Whenever you come, I see Prabhupada's face. You're looking like Prabhupada only. You are his son.
no.
You are face.
I want to
So-
become his pure son, but I have so many misgivings and so many attachments to many things.
That's your humility. Prabhuji, just I want to check up.
I
Prahlad,
hope that I can be simple and humble.
you are so humble, Maharaj. When we see you, we get the Prabhupada mercy. Prabhuji, just want to check up this Prahlad. He went through so much trouble, and Hiranyakashipu was so powerful because he had all the boons received from Brahma because of his tapasya. That's why he could totally control all the demigods. I think Shani Bhagwan was put in jail by him. He had made a karagra in his house, and then Hanumanji came and saved him. Even in Ravan's time also he was in the jail, and Indra and all were doing kitchen house, all in the rasoi. So, and Gili was so powerful, but Prahlad Maharaj was more powerful with his tapasya, which made Hiranyakashipu to be killed by Krishna. So, want to know that what is that thing which protected Prahlad from all the sufferings? He was being done everything, thrown from the cliff of the mountain. He was put snakes to bite. He was put in his sister's place, sit and fire came. He was inside the ice. He was inside the water under the samudra. Everywhere he was smiling, he came back. So, what is that? Can you just explain the power of devotional service? To what extent it has saved
He
him?
was always protected because holy name was on his tongue all the time. His mind was at thought. He's completely dependent on Krishna, not dependent on his strength. So because of his fully surrendered, Krishna was protecting him all the time. Krishna is in charge of all the material energy. Like if the elephant came, Rasikananda, and he was a mad elephant, but the mad elephant came to crush him. But when he saw Rasikananda Prabhu, he initiated him from the Krishna mantra and Gopal. He served the Vaishnavas for quite some time. So I'm saying that every energy is being like how fire could burn. If Krishna is there, he will cool it like this. Holika. Holika was the sister
Holika.
of Hiranyakashipu.
Sister, yeah.
Right. Then she took on the lap, but Holika, she got burned. This fire could not burn. This fire is also energy. Everything is energy of Krishna. Mare Krishna Rake Ke, Rake Krishna Mare. If Krishna wants to protect, then nobody can. And Krishna wants to kill you, then naturally nobody can save you.
The whole world cannot
We have
save.
to believe Krishna's in.
The whole world cannot
What
save
did
you.
you say, Prabhu?
If Krishna wanted to kill,
Yeah, whole world. Everybody could become his enemy. They cannot. Balana Bako Kari Sakai, Jurjaga Bairi. Even if the whole world becomes an enemy of a devotee, but they cannot they cannot destroy, they cannot hurt him, they cannot. So we should depend on the first quality, like devotee, they should chant and depend on Krishna and everything. Draupadi wanted to her own strength, her relative, but when she gave up, that okay, dear Lord Krishna, Dwarka was in, please come, protect. Then he immediately fell in the form of the serpent. Draupadi is like so many disciples, 10,000 disciples of Vyasa Muni came to take prasad. When Pandavas were in the forest, but just he took one little saag, maybe the tulsi leaf, then everybody was satisfied. So he could do miraculous things which we do not have, but he could do whatever he wants. He's completely Swaraj, independent. So he protected. We should also give protection to Krishna rather than thinking that I will. So many miracles has happened. So many big accidents and train passing through the body and nothing happened. So how all this is possible? By the mercy of Krishna. Everybody drowned, but one person remained. How? Krishna was merciful. So we should always depend back to Krishna to please protect us, surrender to Krishna, please that please I'm yours. Even once if you say that Krishna I'm yours, please take care of me. He will take all this. but once sincerely by the heart. Not every say you take care, then we depend on our endeavors. Okay?
Okay, Prabhuji, now you told Krishna is protecting all, but then to Radharani, he goes to Radharani for, in the sense he surrendered to Radharani and he's, so that means Radharani's 25 qualities says that, last quality says that all Krishna's 64 qualities is dependent on Radharani. She is the controller of Krishna. So that means Krishna is dependent on Radharani because she's a pure devotee and Krishna is surrendered to the 100% pure devotee who is Radharani and who is part of from his body only came out left hand side. So that means Radharani is more powerful because Krishna has given more power to Radharani.
Right. Radharani is also God or Krishna. She came from the body of Krishna. So there is one in a male form, one in female form. But but how the devotee they act, means even Krishna then cannot really relish the service and the sweetness that he has. Radharani relish. So Krishna comes in form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to relish that. So Radharani is all Krishna. They are both are Krishna, we should not feel. But she is the servitor goddess. So just like Balramji. But she is the most, by her mercy, Krishna does all the activity. Because he's showing that how in separation, how in Veda, how much one should love. They are showing the example of Prem. Prema Pumartha Mahan. Prem is greater than Dharma, Artha, Kam, Moksha. Pancham Purushartha. So he's showing by example of Radharani that how she loves him, how she serves him, how she enjoys more. He depends whether he says that she is not looking at any gopis, don't look for any benediction. They look that, so he said that he goes behind his devotees. Na pareya. That na pareyaham means I cannot repay the debts. Whatever services you give, I cannot pay you back. So only that you just become merciful on me. So he backs to the Radharani and the Gopi. So
because in the Radharaman song it says that करे घायल टेढ़ी चितवन से मुस्कान से चैन चुराए. Krishna is smiling and controlling the whole world. हो भक्तों के सिर ताज किंतु राधा रानी के चेहरे. Radha Raman. That means he is able to, he is the ruler of everybody, but with Radharani, he is a chera, he is a servant.
Controlling him. Yes, Madan Mohan and Madan Mohan Mohini.
Yes.
So he's the controller of all the cupids and everybody. He's controller, but he's being controlled. So that example has to be there. That the Supreme Lord is also being controlled. He reciprocates in this way. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tas tataiva bhajam. The way that you serve, you will become subordinate. Krishna also becomes subordinate. He becomes subordinate to the gopi. So he becomes subordinate to the gopi. That's his promise. So,
thank you, man.
So
thank you,
Prabhu. How kind Krishna is to his devotees.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for such a wonderful answer. Thank you, Baldev Prabhu, for giving me a chance to ask the question. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Seek your blessings, Prabhuji, always blessing and your blessings because you are my, like my father.
I need your blessings too.
You are my father, I'm your son.
Whatever you say.
Hare Krishna.
Sometimes, yeah, Krishna said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gopal Guru, you are my Guru.
No, Hare Krishna.
Prabhupada
thank you,
saying to his disciple, you are all my Guru. Whoever spreads Krishna consciousness, brings souls who are away, Krishna becomes very happy.
I am your servant Guru.
Each are servant of Krishna. You should serve Krishna wholeheartedly.
Yes. Your orders, I will do this because your order. Aapka Adesh. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So any other comments, questions?
Thank you, Maharaj. Very beautiful class, Maharaj. Thank you, Sukha Krishna Prabhu. Very beautiful
Hare
question.
Krishna.
Maharaj, very beautiful answer. And very beautiful bhajan, Sukha Krishna Prabhu. Maharaj,
Thank
very
you.
beautiful class. You were explaining how Srimad Bhagavatam is expansion of everything, and is given in the pure form. And that's true. When we hear Srimad Bhagavatam, our mood changes right away, no matter whatever condition we are in. And then you explained Hiranyakashipu, that means golden bed and everything. And then you were explaining about demon crazy. And I was remembering Srila Prabhupada quote just a few days before. Srila Prabhupada was saying in his daily quote, democracy is demon crazy, when there is no Krishna's name. Very beautiful, Maharaj. And then you explained about Kanishta Madhyama and Uttam Adhikari. Yes, Maharaj, very, very beautiful class. Dear devotees, if anybody has any more questions or comments, welcome, Maharaj, welcome. So please go ahead. We can ask from Maharaj right now. Maharaj, sorry, one more thing, Maharaj. Maharaj, if for somehow if you can make this sound quality a little better, that will be so good, Maharaj, because you come very often to this group. And
Yeah,
some
last
breaking,
time.
Maharaj.
Trying to get this because it is in a village, this place.
Oh, I see.
We
I see.
cannot get Wi-Fi.
I see. I see.
Just see.
Yeah. Sometime it was okay,
Better
Maharaj.
now?
Yeah, a little better now. Sometime it was okay, but during the class, sometime you have to make that context because, you kind of breaking up and stuff. We understand what you were saying, but then maybe sometime some devotees new and they want to completely understand. So Maharaj, that will be very great of you.
Sometime I myself became a little slow because I have some throat problems, some post-nasal drip, and I cannot speak a little louder. So I may be further away from the cell phone or some. But anyway,
yes, Haribol.
I will try my best and I will get a better when I'm waiting, and I will get a better quality.
Thank you, Maharaj.
I will try to resolve this.
You're very merciful.
But thank you for pointing me out.
Maharaj, there is Radha Jyoti Mataji there. Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Maharajji. Thank you for the session today. It was so enlightening and I learned so many things. One question to you is there is a consciousness and there is another term called pure consciousness. So we are traveling from our present state of consciousness towards the pure consciousness, but we cannot gauge our consciousness at this present. Say you were teaching us today about the qualities, and so there are say we develop a good quality, then there is a either side to be handled. Say if we are human, if we are trying to be humble, then there is a need to counteract the other side also, right? Because we are staying in material world. So we know that we are supposed to be humble in this particular situation, or say in the counteract we cannot be a humble also. Both the things goes at a time. In this kind of situation, what kind of response a devotee should do or should give? Could you please teach on this, the counterpart of the qualities? Because it's easy to tell or develop the qualities, but the counterpart is not taught. So please give some idea about how to cultivate those.
Okay. Now, very nice question. I thank you for bringing this kind of question up here, so others also can bear benefit. I hope that I can answer you properly. Narad Muni had a disciple who was a snake, and then he told that be kind to others. So many people means not to bite. Then many people throw stones, sticks, and burn him, and he was very much puzzled what I should do. My guru told me to be humble, and then these are all are doing so much mischiefs with me. I may die. So he went to Narad Muni again. He said that I did not say that yes, you become humble, but does not mean you cannot raise your hood and counteract. Then they will all be afraid. So what it is, as long as it is in Krishna consciousness, if it is not damaging their Krishna consciousness, one should be humble. There is no doubt about that. And counteracting anything as far as our Krishna consciousness, like you could earn money but use it for Krishna's. You could have a family, use it for not for lust purpose, but have a family to have children, not only one. Hundreds of children one can born if you could make them all Krishna conscious. So the measurement is that where is our mind? Is it in our sense enjoyment? Nijendriya Priti Vancha Tarnam does it my answer or behavior with others? Is it increasing? And our praying to Krishna. If it is damage, and now you may say that I can damage others. But if it is like Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, he was on the balcony, and then a big snake came. And the snake was just, then he said from the top, kill him, kill him. Means he wanted to kill this envious person. So, means otherwise, this killing is prohibited. But if he is damaging many people, are there Krishna consciousness, are they afraid to go? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Chankazi, and Chankazi, then he take a big procession, not hurting anybody, just like people give the name, this non-violence is Gandhiji, but it's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed that non-violence, but he talked to them, he spoke to him very fearlessly, and that you cannot do this. You cannot stop Sankirtan movement. So it's not retaliation that you just kill him. He could have killed Chankaj, but no, he just wanted to give just some token that if you do this wrong activity, Prabhupada taught also in the codes also, but he counted at the same time how many Krishna's names are there in that. So he counted that also, that people would know or read about Krishna, they will speak about Krishna. So from all angles, as long as we don't want to kill anybody. You may say these Muslims they are creating, but now there was so much Sankirtan even in the masjid in Dubai that I saw in the short skits. So there are many things that we can say, but it's not that you cannot. Just can you hold on for just half a minute or so?
Haribol, Hare Krishna.
Mataji, Maharaj must have got some phone call. That's when it happens. So he'll be coming
Yes,
back.
I wanted to say you pronouns, but I directly connected to Maharajji. Thank you for allowing me to ask questions.
Haribol. All good, Mataji.
Yes.
Let's wait for Maharaj. Maybe he'll come back soon. Yeah, he's back.
So as long as your service to Krishna is intact, one should not do anything in rage or to counteract or to take a. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chankazi, or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took when there some devotee is being killed, like Nityananda Prabhu was hit by Madhai with a brick, and he immediately came and took a Sudarshan Chakra. So according to but he became such an exalted devotee. Krishna about this Shishupal, he was tolerating everything. Then he took his Sudarshan Chakra. Sometimes you could take a revenge, but not in a way to damage or you may say that he killed, so hurt is there. But Krishna, when he does it, he's liberated. His effulgence like soul entered and into the body of Krishna. So whatever way we should not damage the Krishna consciousness, whatever little Krishna consciousness is there, then we should try to feign it rather than hurt it. Prabhupada, many people, many disciples, they stole money, they left the place, they tried to hurt the movement, but he always forgave them. He says it takes a bucket of blood to create one devotee. They have done some mischief. They will suffer for some time about it. That is their part. But we should give them
Just
a
hit the
place.
backpack, okay?
Yeah, can you hear me? Huh?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Like a dirty man camp. They were tissue paper for the toilet. Then he appreciated that also. He did not say throw, get him out, because he was so much smelly. But Prabhupada did not do that. So we should, the people who are devotees, they know how to deal with the situation. And we should pray to Krishna to correct them if they are wrong or bad, but not fighting, not damaging them, or whatever spark of Krishna consciousness they have, we should not damage.
Yeah,
I
up to the mark.
don't know whether it ensures.
Thank you so much for the teachings that we should not. Yes, I'm so grateful to you for your teachings that we should not damage the spark of Krishna consciousness, but if in case we are capable to handle it, then we should, and else if not, then better to avoid that situation. I do like that, but I just wanted to know how the teachings goes. And I have second question. Say if we are attending one session, then we learn so much, but there is no comprehension. I mean, at the end, um, if I read Bhagavatam, say one chapter or 1.5 chapters, sometimes 3 chapters, then I feel that I have not read properly, even though I am not able to recall or comprehend. So, in that case, what should I do? How to comprehend or summarize my own practice or hearing about Krishna consciousness?
Okay. Because we have so many, that our mind goes to many places. Vyavasayatmika buddhi eke hi kurnandar. That many branched. Our intelligence, our method is many branched. But you try to concentrate, try to read little bit. Not necessarily that you have to read 3 chapters or 2 chapters. Just little bit, try to contemplate on that, think over again, and try to listen. Or if you read with somebody else, that might be better. Each other can ask questions from that chapter, and you should listen to the lectures also, either by whatever Iskcon Desire Tree or somewhere, that you should listen to the lectures. Our life is simpler, not very complicated, no, not too many different jobs. Then also you would be able to concentrate more. Otherwise, mind goes chanting, and then you have so many things. So you will go on talking, let me call this person, that person. So in that way, if we are simplified life, proper food, proper time, reading, like chanting should be done in Brahma Muhurt. If you would read something in Brahma Muhurt, you will be able to remember more. Also, how to increase your memory power, that would be depend on means food, regular habits, of what time that you wake up, what time you sleep. Early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise also. So you will be able to remember. So we have to follow the basic principles of life. Little bit exercise, walking, chanting, that will help you to concentrate, and then giving importance to Krishna and his devotees. You are reading some stories about some devotees, and you should pay attention to that and how they serve. That, and we should become greedy to learn that method that I could also apply. Like Madhendra Puri, he saw this sweet rice was being offered to Sakshi Gopal. So he had a little bit desire, although he condemned his desire that even Krishna has not eaten, and I desire. But Krishna says that okay, my devotee wants this, so he ate one of one of the bowls of sweet rice, and somehow he provided that to this Adhendra Puri. So what I am just saying that remembering would depend on our sincerity, on our eagerness to learn what we want to learn. That should be, we should be very eager. Just like how this Bagula Bhagat, Bagula, he will sit on the bank of the river, and he's like as if he's meditating. But minute he sees any fish going by, immediately he puts his beak on that fish and eats that. We should also be very careful. Means, not that eating fish, but oh, this is, I had some problem, but now I'm understanding by this reading. Then oh, I learned this. And then you discuss these things also. If you underline even the book, somewhere you may say that you are crossing the Bhagavatam, but you could do it to understand it more deeply. then read it again. In the class also, people they try to write the notes. So if you write the notes and then read it again, that will also give you more memory power. So there are many ways that you could improve. And where you read should be quieter place, calm place, no disturbance from outside world. Sometimes there may be children, there may be noise, and there are too many tasks at the same time. So mind would go come there too. Just like Yashoda Mai wanted to serve Krishna, but she put say this is special milk on the oven, and she was feeding Krishna. And then, but that milk was boiling up because this milk thought that Krishna will drink all the milk from the mother Yashoda, then he won't have hunger. He won't drink my milk. So the milk came out because everything is sentient being in this spiritual kingdom. So milk is also a person. So what I'm saying that Yashoda Mai left Krishna, and that was the problem that she left. She could have. So our Krishna consciousness is intact. We are taking now. She was taking care of Krishna, feeding him her breast milk. Then he put him down. He go to the attendant milk. So she thought that it is a special milk. Whatever it is, but Krishna is more special. So we should pay attention to Krishna. That is just an example for us. That is Krishna wanted to have this. So many Damodar, Leela and all this, Ukal Bandhan and so everything. Krishna is Leela. We learn from those Leela. Okay?
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for the answer
How to
and so
concentrate the
many
mind.
inputs. Yes, you have given so many inputs. Let me try and let me give my 100% to it, and I'll cultivate them, and I'll come back to you what all I couldn't cultivate.
Okay, sure.
Thank you so much.
So when
And
I come on
eternally
next, you
grateful
can
to
come.
you.
Sure.
Yes,
Thank you
yes,
for
I'll
asking.
definitely come. Eternally grateful to you, Hare Krishna.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. I don't know if Radharaman Prabhu has still the question.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, no pranam, Sripad.
Hare
No,
Krishna,
I didn't have any question. It's a good conversation. I was just listening in. So I just want to.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very nice class, Maharaj, as always. Hare Krishna. Dhanva pranam.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you for informing everybody about the class. I don't know how many have joined, but whoever is joined, I appreciate that.
Thank you, Maharaj. No, it was a very beautiful class, Maharaj. Like always, thank you for coming on the call, Maharaj, also. And dear devotees, if nobody has any more question, let us pay our humble obeisances to Maharaj and all the assembled Vaishnavas on the call. Vancha
Kalpataruvyascha kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo
Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ji ki jai. His Holiness Samik Rishi Maharaj ki jai.
Thank you, Maharaj. Hare Krishna,
Thank you,
Maharaj.
Maharaj. Gauranga.
Thank you so much, Nityananda. Radha Rani.
May God bless you all.